students, myself Tehsin Sheikh. Welcome to Nagesh Karasgi Orchid School channel. Students, we are studying about the population, lesson number 6. In the first lecture, we have discussed about the population or population related components, why it's very important. When we discuss about the population, natural resources or extraction of natural resources is depend on the human resources. So, human resources is equally important for our country, and due to that reason in lesson number 6 we are studying about the population of India. So, students, in the population of India, three major components are there related to population. First one, population size and distribution. When we discuss about the population size on the globe, India ranks second in the term of population, and in the term of area or the size of the country, India ranks 7th. Already we have discussed in the lesson number 1, India near about 3.28 million square kilometer area occupied by our Indian country, and when we go to the term of population, our India's population 1.21 billion crore population of our India, and is totally distributed unequally on the earth surface. Now, why the distribution of population is unequal? And we have seen some points, some factors which are affecting the population distribution. Relief area, when we go to the mountains area, due to high topography and undulating area, population distribution is very low. But when we come to the plain area, on the plain area all type of facilities are available, like trade, transportation, agriculture, suitable climatic condition, and due to that high population found on the plain area. Second important factor, climatic condition. When favorable climate is occurred on that place, population distribution is more. On our peninsular plateau area, climatic condition is suitable, and due to that region high population is found on the peninsular plateau. But students, when we go to the extreme hot or extreme cold climatic condition, population distribution is very low. Now, I will give you one example. When we visit the desert area, Thar desert area in our India, no population or no human habitation found on the desert area due to extreme hot climatic conditions. So, just like relief feature, climate also responsible for population distribution. Third factor, water. Water is equally important. Our agriculture is depend on water, industrial area depend on water, and most important thing, as a human being we required water for drinking purpose, for cleaning purpose, and when fresh water is available, population distribution is more, and when insufficient water or shortage of water area, mostly not populated or less population is found in the water shortage area. Now, I will give you some example. Again, the Rajasthan desert area, water or the source of fresh waters are very less in the Rajasthan, and due to that region population distribution is also very low. Next important factor, the condition of soil. Now, why soil condition is important? Because our India is agriculture country, and for the agriculture purpose we depend on soil. If fertile soil available, so we can grow crop in the farm. If infertile soil is there, farmer they are unable to grow crop in the infertile soil. So, in the fertile soil area population is highly distributed, and the infertile soil area less population be found. Now, I will give you some example. On the Deccan Plateau area, alluvial soil is found on the Indus Basin area, Ganga Basin area, and the coastal area of our India. There we found alluvial soil. Black soil is also good for the growth of vegetation, and due to that region these areas are highly populated, like Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Punjab, Haryana, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, high population. And when we go to the infertile soil area like Jammu Kashmir, infertile soil, some swampy soil, some marshy soil, desert soil, this infertile soil area is uninhabited or no population distribution found on that area. These all are geographical factor. Some human factors are equally responsible for population distribution. Which human factors are there? So agriculture highly developed area, their population is more because easily available food, and due to that the size of family is very large on the agricultural sector. When we observe the industrial area of India, Chota Nagpur plateau like Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, some part of Madhya Pradesh, their population distribution is more because many industries are set up there, and in the industrial area we required skilled and unskilled labors attracted on that place, and the one human settlement is formed on that particular area. So just like agriculture, industry, urbanization. Nowadays urbanization is very important. Many people they attracted toward the urban area, toward the city area. So as an example, Mumbai, highly populated area. When we go to the Kolkata, Bangalore, Delhi, due to urbanization and all facilities like entertainment facilities, hotels, motels, recreation, gym, these all facilities, education, medical facilities are easily available on the these highly metro cities or highly developed urban area, and due to that population is more. And when we go to the transportation, जहाँ पे transportation भी develop होगा वहाँ पे population distribution जो है वो ज़्यादा होगा. So students, these all factors are attracted, or these all factors are responsible for population distribution. So when we see the population size and distribution by number, in the 2011 India ranked second in the term of population, near about 121 billion peoples unevenly distributed on the 3.28 million square kilometer area, and some part highly populated and some part of our India it's a less populated. And how we calculate the population? Every 10 years through census we gather this information, and this gathered information under the census we publish the Indian government. And in the population size of 199 million of Uttar Pradesh, and when we go to the Uttar Pradesh, highest population found in the Uttar Pradesh, and near about Sikkim, these states are found lowest population. And the population density, this term is different. See, the population density means the ratio of land and man. On the particular land, how many peoples are living there, this ratio is called population density. And when we observe the population density is more in the Kolkata, Delhi, because only a small part is available as a land, but population is more, and people they are living in the skyscraper buildings, some people they are living in the slum area. So these all factors are important for the study purpose, and due to that region population size and distribution is equally important part already we have learned. Now students, today we are going to study about the population growth and process of population change. Now population growth and population change means what? See, every year birth rate is high and death rate, these both concepts are very important, and these both terms are equally important in our country, and on the basis of that population increase or decrease. Birth rate means what? The number of live babies born per thousand of population per year, it is called birth rate. Okay, listen students again carefully. If you want to write down in the notebook, write down birth rate, and the definition of birth rate, the number of live babies born per thousand of population per year, it is called birth rate. Okay. Second example or second important term, death rate. Death rate means what student? So yes, just like a birth rate, death rate is also equally important. It depends on the population increase or decrease, and due to high death rate population start to decrease, and due to low death rate population start to increase. So now write down the definition of death rate. Death rate means what? The number of deaths per thousand of population per year, it is called death rate. Okay. Once again listen carefully and write down in the notebook, the number of deaths per thousand of population per year, it is called death rate. Okay. Now student, see this world map. Okay, already we have seen, we have observed some difference in the world map. See here, this high dark shade area means dark red area is indicate the highest population density in India to 1001 and above population density is found in the dark red area, and Bihar, West Bengal, these two states are having highest population density in India. Now when we observe this second one, orange color shade, 751 to 1000 population or the population density we found in the orange color, means Uttar Pradesh and Kerala, these two states are famous for second rank of the population density, 751 to 1000 per person square kilometer. Now we observe about the yellow color, see Punjab, Haryana, Tamil Nadu, yellow color is there. Why? Because moderate population or moderate population density is found in the yellow shade area. 501 to 750 person per square kilometer are living in the Tamil Nadu, Punjab and Haryana area. Now when we go to the next point, 251 to 500, again moderate population or moderate type of population density is found in the Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Odisha, Jharkhand, and see here Assam. These states are famous for moderate type of population density, and when we observe this dark green color population area less than 250, first one Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, here Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh, these two union territories are there, Himachal Pradesh, here Uttarakhand and some southeastern states, they are famous for less population density. Now students, why population density is less? Because of some geographical and some man-made factors are responsible for that. Now students, today we are going to discuss about the next point, population growth means what? Okay, means population growth means, see, the population growth refer to the change in the number of inhabitants of a country, territory during a specific period of time. Say during the last 10 years, means as per the census we calculate our population in every 10 years, and in that 10 years period how many people they increase or decrease or migrated from one place to another place, this all ratio is calculated through population growth. Such a change can be expressed in two ways, in the term of absolute number and in the terms of percentage change per year. Underline students, these two terms are very important. We can express this population growth in the two terms. First term absolute number and second term percentage change per year. The absolute number added each year or decade is the magnitude of increase. It is obtained by simply subtraction the earlier population, example in 2001, from the later population 2011, it is referred to the absolute increase. So students, when we discuss about the absolute number of population increase in the each decade, means if suppose we had collected data in 2001 and now in the 2011 also we collected population related data, and the increase or decrease in the population, mostly it's increase, and this increased number is called absolute number of population we added in the every 10 years or every decades. Now after 2011, in the 2021 also we added some amount of population in that. So in this term when we calculate the population growth, it is called absolute number of population or absolute number of population growth. Now what is the meaning of percentage? See, the rate or the pace of population increase is the other important aspect. It is studied in percent per annum. The rate of increase 2% per annum means that in a given year there was an increase of 2% per every 100% in the base population. This is referred to as annual growth rate. See, in the every year, in the every 10 year or every year, how many peoples are added on that particular area behind the 100% or in the every 100 persons, on the basis of every 100%, how many people are added? If 2%, 2 people added means 100 plus 2 102. If 3% added means 100 plus 3. So, just like that we calculate the annual growth rate. Now, see, India's population has been steadily increasing from 361 million in 51 to 1210 million in 2011. See students, near about in the 50 years our population, near about in the 60 year our population is grow very steadily, increase very rapidly, and when we observe the population in 1951 it was only 364 million, but nowadays in 2011 population is 1210 million population in 2011, and nowadays next census is calculated in the 2021, and obviously it is increased in the 2021 also. See the table, observe table here. In the 1951 population in million 361 million, okay, and the percentage only 1.25. After 10 year, after one decade, 1961 439.2 total population in million, and see increasing, absolute increasing 78.15, and on the basis of percentage 1.96. In 1971 548.2 million population in India, and here in the absolute increasing 108.92, and growth rate on the basis of percentage 2.20. In the 81 683.3 million, and when we observe here in the absolute increase near about 135.17 absolute increase in the population, and on the basis of percentage 2.22, means some small changes are here, not more. 1991 after 4 decades 846 population in million, and absolute number see here 163, and the percentage 2.16, means population is not increased rapidly here after 81 to 91, here 222 here and 2116 here, means population increase very slowly. In 2001 see it's increasing again 1028.7, and the absolute number increase 182.32, but still it is decreasing because of medical facilities and because of some awareness in the people. In 2011 nowadays our population is 1210.6 in million, and in the decimal, in when we calculate about the absolute number 181.46, and the growth rate is 1.64, means nowadays our growth rate is start to decrease. Now see here in the table 6.1 and figure 6.4, A and B reveal that from 1951 to 1981 annual rate of population growth was steadily increased, which explain the rapid increase in population from 361 million in 51 to 683 million in 81. Now see the table 6.1 and 6.4, see here 6.4a and 6.4b. Okay. Now when we observe these two tables, first one we observe this table 1, see students here population in 51-61 it is near about less, but in the 71-81 it increased very rapidly. In the 1991 it slowly comes downside, and in the 2001 it falls down again. In 2001-2011 the growth rate of population is start to again is decreased, and 17.64% growth rate in the 2001 and 2011, means what this figure 6.4a is indicate, that figure 6.4 is indicate that nowadays our population is growth rate is start to decrease, and see here, and now in the 2021 maybe this line, this curve is comes again downside. Okay. And when we observe this one population in million, see India's population from 1901 to 2011, see the population in million in 1901 238.40. So here in the 200 range, here 300, and it suddenly increased 1028 to 1.21 million population in India. It's continuously is increasing. Okay. So students, now see the explanation. People were added to the total population in 1990 alone, an annual addition larger than ever before. It is essential to realize that India has very large population. When a low annual rate is applied to a very large population, it yields a large absolute increase. When more than a billion people increase, even at a lower rate, the total number being added becomes very large. India's annual increase in population is large enough to neutralize efforts to conserve the resources endowment and environment, and due to our high population and high population distribution, we just thinking like that only 100 or 1 million population is increased, but it is very effective when we calculate in the final population, in the terms of final population. And due to this high population, the burden of environment and the endowment resources are very high. And see students, when we see here, the declining trend of the growth rate is indeed a positive indicator of the effort of birth control. And we have seen the curve, that curve is coming downside, means growth rate is start to decrease, and it is very good sign, it is positive sign, positive indicator. And due to that, the birth rate we can we are controlling the birth in India, and nowadays due to birth control, the curve is start to decline. Despite that, the total addition to the population base continue to grow, and India may overtake China in 2045 to become the most populous country in the world. So students, see, India ranks second in the population and China rank first. But still China, they already controlled the population, they already applied many schemes in their country to cover the growth rate, to minimize the growth rate. But our growth rate compared to China, nowadays our growth rate is high, and if suppose the growth rate continue is started to grow, so in the 2045 we overtake China and India rank first in the term of population. So what we have to do students, we have to change this situation. We want to control the birth rate, and we want to spread awareness among the people about the less population or about the birth control, or how to mostly how to control the population growth in our India. These all things are very important. Now see, which factors are calculate the change and growth of population. The process of population change and growth, there are three main process of change of population. The first one, birth rate. Birth rate is the number of live births per 1000 person in a year. It is a major component of growth, because in India birth rate have always been higher than the death rate. See students, when we observe the birth rate, just we have discussed about the birth rate. Birth rate is responsible for population growth, and in our India the birth rate is more than the death rate, and due to that reason continuously our population is increasing. See here the definition, and already you have written definition in the notebook. Birth rate means the number of live births per 1000 of person per year, it is called birth rate. And birth rate is more in India and China. As an example, you write there, India and China, these two countries having high birth rate. See now next one, next component, it is called death rate. Death rate is the number of deaths per 1000 of person in a year. We have written this definition also. The death rate means what? The number of deaths per 1000 of population per year, it is called death rate. Now what are the reasons of death rate? So sometime natural calamities, sometime some accidental coincidence. Nowadays coronavirus, this is also responsible for high death rate. And when death rate is increased, obviously पॉपुलेशन इज स्टार्ट टू डिक्रीज, एंड जहाँ पे डेथ रेट जो होगा वो स्टॉप होगा या डेथ रेट जो होगा वो कम होगा, सो पॉपुलेशन इंक्रीज ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर एरिया. नाउ सी the main cause of the rate of growth of the Indian population, rapid declining in death rates. Nowadays varieties of medical facilities are available in India. Our Indian people standard of living also start to improve, and due to this reason our death rate is declining, and declining death rate is responsible for population growth, means birth rate high and death rate low, and because of that India's population is more. Now see next paragraph. Till 1980, high birth rate and declining death rate led to large difference between birth rate and death rate, resulting higher rate of population growth. In 1981, birth rate have also started declining gradually. See students, before 80 or till 80, birth rate was high and death rate was low, but after 1981, birth rate also start to decrease, and due to that our population growth is gradually declining. See, resulting gradual decline in the rate of population growth, what are the reason for this trend? Yes students, कौन बताएगा what are the reasons why our population is start to decrease, why our birth rate is start to declining? Okay, I will tell you, listen carefully. Due to medical facilities, due to awareness, due to high education, and because of these all reasons population birth is start to declining or control, and our population growth is start to decrease. The third component we are going to study now, it is migration. Now students, how migration is responsible? First one, migration means what? Migration means movement of people from one area to another area, means now we all are living in the Solapur. After your 10th standard, after your 12th standard, for the education purpose, for job purpose, you people are moving from Solapur to Pune or out of India like America, then European countries. So it is called migration, means your original place Solapur and you migrated in the another place, it is called migration. Now two type of migrations are common, internal migration and international migration. Now internal migration means what? Within country you are moving here and there, means just as an example, you are moving within India from Maharashtra to Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka, Jammu Kashmir, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh. It is called internal migration, and due to internal migration the population is not increase or not decrease on that particular place, because when we calculate the census we calculate full India's population, and due to that internal population is not very effective. But when we observe the international population, now you all are going outside of our country, means some people for education, for job purpose, they migrated America, Europe, Australia, Canada. It is called international migration, means from one country to another country, and at that time our population decrease. When people they go outside, population decrease, and when come people they come in our country, population increase. So two type of migration, internal migration and international migration, these two terms are very important. So students, today we will stop here. In the next session we will discuss our next point related to age composition, and as a homework you have to write about definition of migration and the two types of migration. With that, the trend of population birth rate or growth rate is declining. What are the reason behind that? You search and you write down in your notebook, and we will discuss next point in the next lecture, and today we will stop here. Thank you.